Sun, Sun. Venus, Venus. Mars, Mars. Saturn, Saturn. Uranus, Uranus. Neptune, Neptune. Jupiter, Jupiter. Earth, Earth. Mercury, Mercury.
Yuri Gagarin was the first man in space. He was a Russian pilot. Vostok 1 was his spacecraft. Baikonur Cosmodrome is in Kazakhstan. It is the place where the Russians launch rockets into space. Neil Armstrong was the first man on the moon. He was American. Opportunity and Curiosity are American Mars rovers. They are
NASA is an American organization in charge of the U.S. space program.
Opportunity and Curiosity are American Mars rovers. They are robots with wheels that drive around Mars.
Mission to Mars. Humans love to explore. We crossed oceans to discover new lands. We explored the highest, coldest, and most remote places on Earth. In 1961, Yuri Gagarin boarded Vostok 1 at Baikonur Cosmodrome and became the first person in space. 8 years later, Neil Armstrong was the first human to walk on the moon. Now, we're turning our attention to Mars as the next step on our journey of exploration. Why Mars? Well, firstly, it's not too far. Apart from Venus, it's our closest neighbor, so the journey will take months and not years. Temperatures on Venus are over 400 degrees centigrade, so humans can't go there. But on Mars, the average temperature is about minus 63 degrees centigrade. Other planets like Jupiter and Saturn are big balls of gas with extremely strong winds, but Mars has a solid rocky surface. We are learning more about Mars with the help of rovers. These are robots with wheels, and 2 American rovers, Opportunity and Curiosity, are already there. They are exploring and sending information to Earth for scientists to study. It'll soon be like rush hour on Mars, as a European and Russian rover and a 3rd American rover are going to join Opportunity and Curiosity soon. Of course, the dream for many people is to send humans to Mars. NASA, the American Space Agency, is aiming to do this in the 2030s. It won't be easy for the astronauts, as they will have to spend almost 3 years away from Earth, but it will be worth it. Neil Armstrong made one giant leap for mankind. The first astronaut on Mars will make an even greater one.
Mission, mission, human, human, land, land, remote, remote, board, board, journey, journey, exploration, exploration, turn somebody's attention to, turn somebody's attention to, step, step, close, close, average, average, gas, gas, solid, solid, rocky, rocky, surface, surface, wheel, wheel, rush hour, dream, dream, space agency, aim, aim, astronaut, astronaut, be worth it, giant, giant, leap, leap, mankind, mankind, great, great.
Welcome to the Science Show. Today I'm talking to Professor John Stewart about the solar system. So, Professor, tell me about the solar system. Where's the best place to start?
With the Sun, of course. The Sun is at the center of the solar system. It's also the biggest object in it. In fact, the word solar in solar system means the Sun. Everything else in the solar system moves around it, including the 8 planets.
Can you tell us something about the planets?
Of course, we can put the planets into 2 groups, the inner planets and the outer planets. I'll start with the inner planets, Mercury, Venus, Earth, and Mars. These are the planets that are closest to the Sun. They are also the smallest planets, and they all have a rocky surface. The Earth is unusual because it's got both water and ice, but Mercury and Mars have some ice on them too.
What about the outer planets? How are they different?
The outer planets are Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. They are great big balls of gas, and they don't have a solid surface. They can also be very stormy places. On Jupiter, there is a huge storm that is hundreds of years old. And on Neptune, the winds can be faster than 1,000 miles per hour.
Many of the planets also have moons, don't they? Can you tell us about them?
Well, the Earth is not the only planet in the solar system with a moon. The outer planets all have over 10 moons each. Jupiter has the most with 67. They are not all as empty as the Earth's moon, though. We actually believe that one of Jupiter's moons has a sea with a thick layer of ice on top.
So we've talked about the Sun, the planets, and the moons. Is there anything else in the solar system?
Yes, there are asteroids. Asteroids are like planets, but smaller. Some are hundreds of miles across. Others are only a few meters wide. Millions of these asteroids move around the Sun, between Mars and Jupiter. There's also a large area of asteroids further out than Neptune. 4 asteroids are so big that we call them dwarf planets. Scientists will probably find hundreds more dwarf planets in the future.
That's fascinating, Professor. Stay with us, listeners, and we'll be right back after the news.
Mission to Mars. What do an ancient god and a planet have in common? Thousands of years ago, the ancient Romans noticed a bright object in the sky. It had a reddish colour, and they decided to call it Mars. This was because its red colour reminded them of blood and their own god of war. In 1969, Neil Armstrong famously made one giant leap for mankind. He became the first human to walk on the moon. What will be the next giant leap in space exploration? Well, it could be for humans to land on Mars. How much do you know about the red planet? Mars is the 7th largest planet in our solar system. Its atmosphere is mainly made of carbon dioxide and small quantities of water vapour. It has 2 moons, Phobos and Deimos, and it is home to the tallest mountain in the solar system. This mountain is called Olympus Mons, and it is a volcano. It is about 3 times higher than Mount Everest. Mars got its famous nickname, the Red Planet, because of its rusty red colour. This is caused by the iron-rich soil that covers its surface. But why are scientists so interested in exploring Mars? First, it is next door to us in the solar system. It is actually the 4th planet from the Sun. Second, it has features that are closer to Earth than any other planet. This means that exploring it could teach us a lot about our history and future. Did you know that Mars has got seasons too, just like Earth? But it has got an average temperature of minus 63 degrees centigrade. So it wouldn't be your ideal summer holiday destination. Scientists are also fascinated by the planet's surface. Mars has got a desert-like surface that looks like parts of Earth. There's also some water on it too, although most of it is underground ice. But as scientists say, where there is water, there could be life. Since 1976, various unmanned spacecraft have landed on Mars. Today, NASA has 2 rovers on the planet, Opportunity and Curiosity. These rovers are robots. Their job is to travel around and send information back to Earth. NASA plans to send the first manned spacecraft there in the next 20 years. But first, they have to make sure that astronauts can be safe on Mars. But is it just NASA that's interested in exploring Mars? Mars One is an independent Dutch organisation made up of scientists and other professionals. Their project is very ambitious. They are planning to build a colony there. They have asked people to send in applications to be the first space colonists. A group of 24 has already been chosen to train for the first mission. And that's not all. They also want to build a power plant there and grow food using massive greenhouses. After all, astronauts can get hungry too, right? This way they wouldn't need to travel back to Earth to make a tasty salad. So what do you think? Years ago, we wondered whether there was life on Mars. But could the first Martians actually be human?